Are you interested in hearing channeled messages from departed loved ones? I'm Rosetta. Pick a card, 1, 2, or 3, and I'll do a detailed tarot reading for you, hoping to hear from a departed loved one that you would like to reconnect with. Let's go. Timestamp for the card you chose. Remember, it's 1, 2, or 3. Will be in the description below. Welcome Group 1. As I shuffle the cards for you, please focus on the person you would most like to hear from, but also know that we never know who is actually going to come up, because there are some departed loved ones who may have messages for you, and you may not even be thinking about them. So as I lay out the cards for this Group 1, if it doesn't sound like I'm connecting with anyone who has been in your life, then please check out the reading for Group 2 or Group 3. Because it's my intention as I meditate before doing this reading that someone will come forward with a message for you. But sometimes it happens that that message is not in the card you chose. Or the reading, I should say, for the card you chose. So let's see who's coming up for Group 1. First of all, let's turn over the card you chose. Let's take a look. And so each card for today's reading is a representation from a different deck of the Death card. And so we have a representation of Dia de los Muertos. So the Mexican reverence for past loved ones. And let's see what we've got going here for you. Who's coming up? Okay, here's how you're going to know if this person is for you, and then we're going to draw some additional cards just for clarification on this. But if you were interested in hearing from a loved one, or actually have a loved one who was a woman and also very successful in life, so this could be a wealthy aunt or a mother who was in business and just knew how to make things happen. It could be a friend who was highly successful, but this is a successful person who passed, who has a message for you. And it has some concerns about you too. So, as so often happens with these channeled loved ones readings, so often it happens that they come forward because they are concerned about you, and they have messages for you because they do worry. They are still concerned with your life, even though they've passed. So what's the meaning of this Seven of Pentacles in reverse? What I'm feeling is both of these cards are cards where your loved one has something to say. If you do not know of anyone who fits this description, then that would be your clue to check out the reading for Group 2 or Group 3 and see who comes through in those. Okay, so please tell us something about these other two cards and the specific message you have for your loved ones here. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which is, the underlying situation. So this is underneath the card of your loved one, the card that you chose. So the why of why they're coming forward, and the why that they chose to come through for you in this reading. They feel you're denying some of the most important parts of yourself. They see that you're coming forward as this person who lives all in their head, and as someone who lives mainly in their head and not in their physicality, or not in their earthly nature as much as they live in the world of ideas. Your loved one feels like you're missing out on a lot of things. And your loved one is also saying that she did not find it necessary to deprive herself of the beauties of life. So you see her depicted in a garden. You see her enjoying everything. So she's enjoying her earthly life, even while she became very successful. And I'm feeling that this is not someone who inherited everything that they had. This is someone who is a self-made person. But yet she had the appreciation of the earth realm, of growing things, of nature, of all of the beauties around us, and thoroughly enjoyed those things while she's here on earth. She feels that you are not doing that, and she wants you to. She says, you're missing out on so much. You're missing out. And she wants your life to be more in balance. And I think she's just told us what the lack of balance is here. That even while you're pursuing the things that are important to you, they're not the only thing in life. She wants you to have a full life of friends, family, vacations, hobbies, enjoyment, not just the single-minded pursuit of whatever it is that you might be pursuing. And we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is in line with the message here, I feel. So typically, this is a beautiful image in the Light Seers Tarot, but typically, this is a person that guarding what little they have for dear life, holding on tightly to every coin that they have. And she wants you to know that you're still going to be okay if you lighten up a little bit. And once again, enjoy life. Don't put everything into self-sacrifice and penny pinching and not enjoying in hopes of a later time when you get to enjoy. She says the time is now. So for some of you, this person is going to be someone who passed too soon and maybe wished they had had more time to enjoy. And so that's why this message is so important to them to share with you. For others of you, this is going to be this delightful, warm, welcoming, nurturing person who did it all, who actually had it all and did it all. So whichever way this sits for you, I hope this spoke to you. If it didn't happen to speak to anyone that you know or your situation, come along with me to groups 2 and 3 and let's see who comes out for us there. If this did speak to you, please give this video a like, subscribe, and click the bell. And here's the reason why. I do these channeled loved ones readings about once every 2 months, but if enough people subscribe from this video, then I'm going to know that you would like me to do them more often, and then I will. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm sending you love and blessings, and I hope to see you in some of my other videos. Oh, guys, also, there's a playlist of these channeled message videos. So if this is the first one you viewed and you would like to see some other ones and see who comes through on those, please check out that playlist. And I'll have that playlist at the very end of this video where you can just click on it if you wish. All right, blessings, everyone. Welcome, group 2. As I shuffle the cards for you, if there's anyone in particular who you'd really like to hear from on this reading, please focus on that person. But just know that sometimes it's very random who comes through, because it's always going to be someone who has a special message for you, is concerned about you, or just wants you to know that they're there, or who wants to give you closure on something. Now, sometimes we have some pretty cantankerous loved ones show up just to say, no, leave me alone. So all kinds of things can happen in these readings. As I lay out the cards and describe the person coming through, if it doesn't seem like anyone you know, please check out the reading in this video for group 1 or group 3. Because, you know, they're tricky. Sometimes they come through, but they come through not in the card you chose because they feel like they were represented better by a different card. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for you? Channeled messages from departed loved ones is what we're doing today. All right, I need a little bit more about this Five of Wands, because this card that's underneath the card you chose usually tells me why the person has chosen to come through today. Okay, so I just want to ask, this is about conflict. Is this conflict with your loved one, or what is this conflict about? All right, so let's pull out the card. Let's turn up the card you chose. Let's see what it is. Okay, so all three cards today that you had a choice of choosing are representations of the death card, because we're connecting with the loved ones beyond. And this one is depicted by a young girl. So we feel like probably it's going to be a female loved one that comes out, or just a young person, okay, of any gender. But here's why I'm thinking it's a woman. What I see all around me, the only card that has males depicted in it is the Five of Wands. So we said that's conflict. That's tending to be people fighting. And so right away I wanted to know, okay, so this is why they're coming through. So they have a difficult relationship with you that they want to clear up. So what's it all about? And we came with Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So we're seeing that if you were the mother of this person, so let's give you some different scenarios. If you were the mother of this person coming through, and you had a difficult relationship, they wanted to do all kinds of things that you just felt were not appropriate to do. There was this feeling that, but mom, I want to do this, but mom, and you were always fearful for this young person's safety, and you just were afraid for them to do a lot of the things they wanted to do. Now that you look back, you're feeling like, oh, why didn't I? Why was I so harsh? Why was I so strict? So that's one scenario, but let's talk about a couple of others. So if this is a peer relationship, if this is a girlfriend, if this is a friend, if this is, if your loved one that you're thinking about, or someone you know who has passed, if you had a fractious, argumentative relationship, if you were kind of like oil and water, you just couldn't get along, even though you wanted to, you just couldn't find a way to get along. This person is saying, it's okay now. It's okay now. And telling a little bit about this person's backstory. This is a person who was troubled. So if you were the mom, there was some reason for your fears. Or if you were someone who was constantly trying to talk sense into this loved one who's coming through, there was some reason for it, right? This person was not in her strength. This is a person who didn't have the self-confidence, didn't have the strength, didn't necessarily know what she wanted. This person might have been all over the place. So what we come to then in the final card here is the Two of Swords in reverse. So as often happens with these loved ones, this person wants you to know, even though you tried to help, even though you tried to get through to her, even though you tried to get through to them so many times, even though you were willing to risk having this person not like you very much, why won't, this person is like, why won't they leave me alone? Why won't they leave me alone? Why can't I do what I want to do? They want you to know that you did everything in your power. And so now if you're regretting and you're thinking, I was too harsh, I should have been more loving, do they even know that I love them? If you're thinking things like this and saying things like this, she wants you to know, or they want you to know, whoever this person is for you, they want you to know that they know They now understand. They finally now understand what you were trying to do and that you really were on their side. You weren't just being mean for the sake of being mean. You were showing your love for them. Okay, I feel like I'm not complete yet, so let me just get another card or two. Let me give it another shuffle as well. Okay, anything else you would like to say, Spirit? Okay, they are saying that they now have what they weren't able to have on Earth. We have the Lover's card, which in this deck is kind of more sexual in nature than are in some decks, but what this card really wants to get across is that they do feel loved now. They do feel peace. They do feel understood. They do feel united. And where they are now is a whole new life for them, with a whole new set of exciting challenges and things to do. And in fact, they're here also, Three of Wands, for you. So they want to come and be of assistance to you the same way you tried so hard to be of assistance to them. So I just want to ask one last question. Do you have any advice? Is there anything that you want to say, Spirit, coming forward to group 2? Okay, so right now, they're there for you to talk to them at any time. And, you'll hear their voice in your head. You'll hear their advice. They are with you. But for right now, they just want to say, even though you were strict or you were a little hard on them, or maybe came across as disapproving to them while they were in this world, even though you did that, there was a reason that you did it. You were afraid for them. You wanted the best for them. But they still say, you could lighten up a little. You could just lighten up a little. So it's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen if you just loosen up a little bit, be a little kinder to yourself as well. Because as strict as you were with them, they feel you're equally, if not even more strict with yourself. And they want to see you enjoy and live life while you're still on the earth plane. All right, that's what I have for you. Did this reading speak to you? If it did, stick with me for one more second. Please like, subscribe, click that bell, and the reason I'm asking you to do this is I do these channeled message readings once every couple of months. And if I see a lot of people are subscribing as a result of this video, after watching this video, I'm going to know you subscribed because of this particular video. And that's going to be a signal to me to do these channeled readings a little bit more often. If this is the first time you're watching one of these, I have also an entire playlist of this type of reading, and I'm going to link to that at the very end of this video. So go take a look in the final seconds right at the end of the video, and you can click and see that playlist with all of my channeled loved ones readings. Thank you for being with me, sending you love and blessings, and I hope to see you in some of my other videos. Welcome, Group 3. As I shuffle the deck for you, please think about the person you'd most like to hear from, but also know that we never know who's going to come through. So as I start to lay out the cards, kind of think about whether I'm describing anyone that you know who has passed. Because people come through who actually have been watching you and are concerned about you, have a message for you. So it's not always the person that you want or expect, right? But if it doesn't seem like anyone that you know, check out the readings for Group 1 or Group 2, because they come forward not always with the card you chose. They come forward with the card that they themselves relate to the most. So let's first take a look at the card you chose. And all three cards in today's reading that you had to choose from are representations of the death card, because we're connecting with people who have passed, and each one of them comes from a different card deck. Okay, so this one to me feels like an older person, but we're going to see who comes through. All right, what do we have for you? Channeled messages from departed loved ones. Let's see what the third card is. Okay, so these are, I think, describing the loved ones. Let me see what this last card is. Is the last card describing the loved ones, or are you describing, Spirit, the person you want to connect with? Okay, so is it you? Yeah, it is. They're talking about themselves. The reason they're coming forward, though, so tell me, Spirit, a little bit more about this. So what message do you have for your loved ones here on Earth today? Okay, so this is likely to be not a very old person. So this is likely to be an adult, but, you know, somewhere probably between the ages of 20 and 40, somewhere around that age group. So if you know someone who has passed around that age group, no matter when they passed, could have been many, many years ago, or could have been recently, they're coming forward with a message for you. What kind of person were they? So this is somebody who was very comfortable in the earthly realm. So this is not somebody who had emotional difficulties, or who tended to lash out, or, you know, this was a person very comfortable in his own skin, liked to be of service to others, liked to help, and a strong and confident person. So this is the person that we're looking at. Okay? And because of the age that we say that they were likely to have passed too soon, passed much sooner than you would think that they would. All right? So why are they here for you? We've got the Magician in reverse. So they're concerned about you, that it's just, whether it be because of their passing, whether it be because of your grief about their passing, or whether it be because of some other reasons, they feel that you're stuck. You're not able to get into action, to do the things you want to do in your life. And maybe it's because they feel it's because you feel like you don't have it in you, that you feel like the things you want are for somebody else and not for you. And therefore you have dreams, but you really have never gotten into action about those dreams, because you may have thought, oh, that's just crazy, you know, I'm attracted to that, but that's not for me. Or how would I ever? I don't even know how I would ever do that thing. Okay, is something that is going on within you. So if any of this resonates with you, you're in the right place for this reading, Group 3. If not, please check out my readings for Group 1 and Group 2 and see who comes forward there, because we've got very different readings for all three groups. Now that I'm in Group 3, I know what happened in Group 1 and Group 2, so I can say that. Right? So they're saying you do. So they want you to go from having these in the negative position. They want you to turn these right side up and reach out for what you want. Okay, so I think they're going to probably give you a little more advice on how to do this. This one is just, it's you and it is them. Okay, so for themselves, they say, and guys, I'm putting this in the plural just because this could be a woman, this could be a man, so it's just easier to say they nowadays. So I'm not saying multiple people are coming through, I'm just using that pronoun so that you can think of whomever it is represented by this card in your life. All right, so you're worried, how are they? They are the happiest that they have ever been. They are completely at peace, happy. So no matter what was the means of their passing, no matter how they may have suffered, right now, they are just, let's get this in focus. They feel like this, okay? So they want to put your mind at ease regarding that. So if you were worried that they are suffering, they just want you to know, no, they're not suffering. In fact, they're very excited. They're very happy about how life is for them now. They're worried about you, though, okay? So they're worried about what is the outcome for you if you don't believe that you can have the crazy dreams that you want, whatever they are. They may be crazy. They may be humble dreams. They may be, whatever dream they are. They're worried. They're saying that within their lifetime, as long as they had on earth, however long that was, they did live the way they wanted to live. They did do the things they wanted to do. And they're so concerned that you are not, or that you will not. Okay, so Spirit, please tell me anything else that you advise them to do. Like how? So you've explained why you're worried about your loved one here on earth, but what can they do? All right, let's see. What can they do? All right, they want you to come out of your shell. This is the Hermit in reverse. They want you to come out of your shell and actually live. They want you to get out among people more than you've been doing. So if that makes sense to you, they want you to meet and participate and do things and join groups and do new things that you haven't done before. They want you to explore, and they also want you to accept help from others. So if there are people who have been offering, come along with us, we're going to do this, or even if you need a small amount of financial help, you want to do something, you can't really afford it, someone in your life has offered to pay for it, they want you to accept. They want you to expand. They want your life to become bigger and more colorful and beautiful. So did this message speak to you? If it did, and I'm going to tell you why. If it did, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And especially subscribing is really important because it's going to let me know that you want to see more of these channeled message videos, which typically I only do about 6 times a year, so I don't do them very often. So if I see a huge number of people subscribed because of this video, then that is my signal to maybe do them on a monthly basis. Also, guys, at the very end of this video, I'm going to link in the cards at the end to my entire playlist of all of the channeled message videos that I have done so far. So if this is the first time viewing one and you didn't feel like you heard from your person today, check out some of my other videos and see if there's a message for you in there. Okay? I'm sending you love and blessings, and I'm hoping to see you in my next video.